This is home. Star City News starts right now.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Lindgren. Monica Casanova is officially the new Fairfield Township trustee. Casanova was sworn in as the Fairfield Township trustee yesterday. She defeated April O'Brien in the midterm elections. She takes over the leadership position in Fairfield Township in place of ex-trustee Talitha Coles. As the new trustee undergoes training, the Fairfield Township office hours will be Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. and on Wednesdays from 3 to 8 p.m. The spirit of giving is in the air, with some children in our area organizing a successful coat drive. Star City's Marguerite Incardoni spoke with the kids who made it happen.
Today we're doing a huge coat drive, and we're giving out coffee, cookies, and cocoa.
What Mud, a charity created by two boys, donated between 75 and 100 coats at its first annual Winter Coats and Cocoa Drive. Marison DeAnthony's grandma, Cheryl Johnson, is thrilled with how quickly What Mud has expanded.
They started out just feeding the homeless. Then they came, now it's expanding. We get more sponsors, thanks to Starbucks. And it's just blowing up amazingly. You know, beyond the dreams of a 11-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Johnson is amazed by what these young kids have accomplished.
Words can't even explain to me that my two grandbabies out here doing this for the homeless people, and they admire doing it. That's their passion.
In addition to sponsoring 2 families every month, the boys have other events planned for the future. Right now, they are focused on helping people stay warm this winter.
I'm really excited. It was a really great thing because since I know that people are getting cold, it's really nice to do this.
To learn more about What Mud and their mission, visit their website at whatmud.org. Marguerite Incardoni, Star City News, Lafayette.
Christmas trees in our homes and businesses make the holiday season feel festive, but a lot of work goes into getting those real trees ready for their decorating debut. Star City's Hannah Grace spoke with a local Christmas tree farmer about what it takes to get your Christmas tree to you.
Making Memories Christmas Trees has been bringing Christmas experiences to Tippecanoe County since 2006.
It's always exciting when customers come out knowing all the work that you've done all year, and the customers are happy.
Star City News met with the owner of Making Memories Christmas Trees, Buck Wagner, in the morning before customers started coming out to choose and cut down their Christmas trees. Wagner talked about how this summer could have been detrimental to some tree growers.
For some growers this year, it's been a hard year because of lack of rain.
According to Wagner, inflation has generally increased tree prices this year around 10%. Even still, there are many benefits to choosing a real tree instead of an artificial one.
They're good for the environment. You can recycle them. They provide habitat for wildlife. They prevent erosion. They smell nice in the house, even though they might drop some needles.
Although Wagner has seen a decrease in tree growers since he started selling in 2006, one reason he continues is for his customers.
It's an exciting business to be in because when people come out, they're in a good mood and they're convinced, that they're doing a good thing for the environment, and also they enjoy the experience of picking out a tree and cutting it and taking it home.
The National Christmas Tree Association recommends that you make sure your real tree always has water, keep your trees away from sources of heat such as furnaces, and turn off the tree lights when you leave or go to bed. Hannah Grace, Star City News, Tippecanoe County.
The U.S. men's soccer team has advanced to the round of 16 in the World Cup, and many local students are watching. Star City's Asher Books Band stopped by Jefferson High School to talk about predictions for the next round.
Senior Edwin Ruiz Cortez is a fan of Mexico but was excited for the USA in their win.
I'm not gonna lie, as much as they're our rivals, I will support them, but there's times where I just wish them the best of luck, but at the same time I kind of don't want them to do well.
Natalie Shinkoa thought the U.S. played a strong game facing World Cup elimination.
It was a well-played game. This risky last goal, in my opinion, but it was a good game.
The school did something special by putting the games on in their cafeteria so students could watch during their lunch hours.
I heard one of my friends ask Mr. Preston and Ms. Johnson to put on the game because we have big screens in the cafeteria. And the game was on, and they were able to play a World Cup game in lunch, which was pretty cool for everyone because it brought, I feel like, everyone together and to bond with friends and everything and bring a sport. You can just show how a sport just brings everyone together and how beautiful it is.
All 4 students predicted that the U.S. will get knocked out of the World Cup by the Netherlands in the round of 16.
I think they can put up a pretty good fight, but I think at the end of the day, Netherlands will probably beat USA.
USA will play the Netherlands on December 3rd in the round of 16 for a spot in the quarterfinals. Asher Bookspan, Star City News, Lafayette.
A Lafayette man is being posthumously inducted into the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Henry Ebershoff was a 1963 graduate of Lafayette Central Catholic High School. He went on to play basketball at Purdue, where he received second-team All-Big Ten honors. Ebershoff continued to live in Lafayette until his death in 2012. The Food Finders Food Bank is offering a class for people who want to learn about personal finances. The free hour-long course will take place tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the Food Finders Education Center. The class will discuss financial security for the future. This course is the first of many that will take place throughout the month of December. Congress is moving closer to forcing the terms of a labor deal on rail workers and management. It comes about a week before workers are set to strike and ahead of a busy holiday season, but not all lawmakers are happy they are stepping over the unions to push through the deal. Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
Many House Democrats had to make a rare vote Wednesday that overstepped the unions they usually side with, a vote not all were happy about.
I'm standing with the unions, my locals and my nationals.
Still, the House approved a bill that would force the terms of a September deal negotiated by the White House, railroad management, and labor unions that guaranteed pay raises, but was later rejected by 4 of the 12 unions.
The joint resolution is passed.
Labor leaders have been fighting to add paid sick time into the deal, citing grueling work schedules.
We are allegedly so vital to the economy and we're so important that they won't even allow us to go out on strike.
But with a strike deadline looming and the economy at risk, President Biden asked Congress to step in.
Joe Amtrak, Joe Lunchbox, whatever you want to call him, he has punted this to us to deal with his colossal mistake.
Senator Bernie Sanders announced a separate measure which would provide 7 sick days for rail workers. The House approved a similar bill on Wednesday.
If your child gets sick, if your spouse gets sick and you need to take time off of work, not only will you not get paid, you actually will get reprimanded and could get fired.
Next up, the Senate, where both bills will need 60 votes. President Biden wants them on his desk well before the December 9th deadline.
A string of deadly storms ripped through the South last night, tearing apart communities in 3 states, and forecasters warn more severe storms could be on the way. Jay Gray has details.
Violent storms wrecking the South overnight, a string of tornadoes, straight-line winds, rain and hail, ripping through Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, some areas leveled in just seconds.
I made it into what I call a safe room, and by the time I got there, it was over. It might have lasted maybe 15 seconds.
Daylight reveals damage that stretches for miles. Communities chewed up and spit out by as many as 30 twisters across the region. The most severe loss in Flatwood, Alabama. A mother and child killed, the father of the family severely injured when this massive tree, pushed over by the wind, crushed their mobile home.
Before they could even get the warning, the tornado was up upon them, and so we're praying for the family, and we want to just let the family members know that we're supporting them and whatever they need.
The need will be great across the strike zone, where conditions remain favorable for storms over the next 24 hours.
As Russia continued regular missile strikes on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, NATO foreign ministers meeting in Bucharest promised to support Ukraine for as long as necessary. Ellison Barber reports from Kyiv.
Ukraine's foreign minister told NATO members that what his country needs right now most urgently are more advanced air systems as well as electrical equipment. NATO's foreign ministers are meeting in Romania. Ukraine is not a NATO member, but participating in some sideline sessions. The country's foreign minister, Dmytro Kuleba, told reporters Ukraine has received a number of new commitments from various NATO members in regards to defensive weapons and energy equipment, but he didn't get into specifics.
The people of Ukraine will be most grateful if this support is delivered as fast as it is necessary, and it continues as long as it is necessary. Time really matters.
1/3 of Ukraine's electrical infrastructure has been damaged by Russian strikes, according to NATO. Rolling blackouts are becoming an everyday part of life here, and the threat of another nationwide outage due to a massive attack hangs over people. At the start of this week, President Zelensky told Ukrainians to make sure they are heeding air raid sirens because he said Russia is planning additional large-scale strikes. One of Ukraine's top intelligence officials says they believe that Russia has the capability, the amount of weapons necessary to carry out 3 to 4 additional large-scale strikes. They have said, the intelligence community here, as well as President Zelensky, that they do believe one could happen sometime this week.
Your midweek forecast is up next, plus this.
Cities could be the prime location for new farms. I'm Marianne Rafferty with a look at the sustainable garden 100 feet below a major metropolis. That's coming up.